Welcome to the yoga method, an upper body strength and mobility practice. So come and join me in Sukhasana, easy cross leg, with your left leg in front of your right. Just taking a moment to pause, closing down the eyes, landing in our bodies, celebrating this day as we arrive fully and completely in this moment. Breathing in and out through the nose. Setting an intention only if we wish. And when you're ready, just opening the windows of your eyes, take a moment to circle the body all the way forwards and back. Just swaying from side to side. So exhaling to come down and around. Inhale to come tall. Exhaling to come down and around. Inhale to return. Just checking in to see how our backs are feeling with this simple movement pattern. One more time to gently ease our way up and around. From there, I'd like you to come into deer pose or 90-90. So shin parallel, just taking a moment here to check that your back shin is also at 90 degrees, and then squaring the pelvis as much as we can. From here, grounding into your right hand with your left hand, just threading through, using the back of the knee for support, inhaling to reach high and wide. On the exhalation, so it's not a very deep rotation or twist, we'll find that with the pelvis fixed in this position, we don't get nearly as far as when we do this kind of posture in a child's pose or in a more traditional pigeon pose. Just taking one more breath all the way up. Exhaling to come down and around, and I'd like you to stay and breathe. So the back of the hand can find the floor, the back of your elbow can find your right thigh, and with your right hand it can stay where it is, or it might feel good just to slide it a little bit further forward. Press down into your hands to support your back, but use your pelvic floor and your core, most importantly, to support the spine. Last two breaths. One more breath in and out. We'll slide this hand back. We'll gently unwind ourselves and take just a gentle twist with your right hand catching your left thigh. Use your right hand to support you as you gently turn to look over your left shoulder. So right hand is on your left thigh. Left hand is acting like a second spine. And then the abdominals are working to support us, but to also enhance the rotation. Last two. One more full deep breath in before returning our eye gaze and releasing our twist. We'll bring our back leg, which is your left leg, in front. And you might get up without using your hands, or you might use your hands to help you. So just take a few little rocks into this position. Just easing your way forward and back. So option 1, we're using our hands behind us. Variation 2, we're not. We're using just the strength of the muscles to do this movement pattern. There's one more of these to explore. Full breath in and out. One more time. Little lift, a pause and a hold before gently releasing down. Hands out of the way, and we're just exchanging with our right leg in front of our left. Full breath in to lift and lengthen. And then we were exploring just this little bit of side to side movement, kind of a half circle. So finding breath in to come tall, breath out to explore down and around. So just feeling the health of the back, knowing that there's nothing static about us. Our bodies can feel very different day to day, from hour to hour. Just taking one more as you circle down and around on the exhalation. Inhale to return. Right leg's going to come behind us. We're taking that 90-90 shape. And then when we're ready, grounding into our left hand, reaching with our right. And please just thread underneath when the time is right. So again, you're not going to be able to get as far as we normally do with the shape that the pelvis is in and the legs are in. So exhale to thread palm to ceiling all the way as far as the hips and the back will allow. And then inhale to return to that beautiful posture. Exhaling to explore rotation and a little bit of flexion. Inhaling to return. Let's just take one more. Come down and through. We'll pause and we'll hold. Back of the hand finds the earth. Back of the elbow finds your knee. And your left hand can stay where it is, or it might feel good to reach it further forward. Press into both hands. Loop your shoulders, gazing to where your eye gaze and your neck feels good for 2 more breaths. And if you slid your left hand forward, please slide it back again, easing our way up and out of that shape. So your left hand catches your right thigh. Your right hand is going to act like a second spine. And we'll gently lift, turn, revolve, and look over our right shoulder. How tall can you grow? How deeply can you breathe? That was a combination of bro, glow, and grow all at the same time. And then finding the lift of the pelvic floor, the drawing in of the navel, but access your obliques to create a deeper, more stable twist for one more deep breath in and out. On the in-breath, return your eyes. On the exhalation, release your twist. We'll bring the right leg around, slide the left leg in a little bit, and then practicing shifting the weight forward and gently shifting back. So really stamp down into your right foot and press with your hands. It's your shoulders, your back that will do the lifting. And then that final option of not using your hands for support. So exhaling to shift forward, pause and hold. Inhaling to descend. Exhale, shift, pause, reach, and gently descend. Let's just do one more. Up, 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 up we go. Pause and hold before gently easing our way out. You'll come onto your hands and knees, so swing your legs around or just cross your ankles and come all the way over. And from here, I'd like for you to slide just your right leg back for a moment. So squaring through the shoulders, lifting through the core, and taking a moment here just to see if you can lift and lower on your right side without compromising the shape of your hips or your lower back. So pressing into the hands, thinking spider fingers. And as we lift, quite often the pelvis will want to twist or the back will want to really buckle. So we're creating this beautiful stable foundation and the movement's happening on top of that foundation. One more breath here before we gently land. Just a little sway from side to side in a modified angry cat shape. And then return to that neutral position. Scoop the belly a little bit. Slide your left leg back. Point your toes. Press a little bit more into your left hand. And then it's an inhale to lift a little. And an exhale to release. Full breath in. Chin is in. Belly is on strong. And it's your glute max that's doing most of the work to lift and to extend through your left leg. But the other glutes and the other hip stabilizers are all working together. Let's just take 3 more. Full lift. And it doesn't need to be very high. My full lift is not very high. We're endeavoring to keep pelvis and spine stable. One more little lift before gently landing. Please do 3 circles one direction into your disco cat, and then 3 circles the other direction, just to loosen up anything that's created tension. And when we return back to the shape, this time I'd like for you to hover your knees just a millimeter off the floor, and then send your right leg back. So variation 1, the knee will stay on the ground. Variation 2, we're hovering just a teeny tiny bit through our left knee. And then the lift comes on the in-breath, exhaling to gently land. So protraction through the shoulder blades engages our serratus anterior. which kind of super glues the scapula to the thoracic wall. And then as we're pressing dynamically, we're at the same time sliding the shoulders back to engage mid-traps, lower traps, and to keep the work out of our neck. There's just one more. Inhale, pause, lift and hold. Could you land the knee and cross that leg over, separate your feet, and just sit back into a really beautiful but slightly intense stretch for the hips. So from there, if it's not feeling available, we just stay here. And then over time, if the body allows, just sinking back a little bit at a time, millimeter at a time. Allow your shoulders to relax. Even let your head gently release. Finding the breath flooding into the back of the pelvis. And finding softness through your shoulders, through your neck, as we stay for one more breath. When you're ready, we'll engage the abdominals, we'll press with the feet, we'll pull ourselves forward, we'll gently uncross the legs, and just meet in 4-point kneeling again. So variation 1, left leg's gonna slide back, thinking angry cat, so stable and strong. Variation 2, that tiny little hover of the knees, and then slide the leg back. Wherever you are, perfect. But we're lifting on the in-breath. We're keeping angry cat shape through the shoulders. Belly's on strong. And we're trying to keep our pelvis stable and the rest of the body as quiet as possible. Taking 4 more. Inhaling to lift. Gently lower. Come to your knee anytime you need. Last 2 from the outside. These look probably quite easy. I'm finding them very challenging. One more little lift, pause and hold before we land the knee. Cross the left over, separate our feet, and begin to negotiate the descent back. So you could stay here, come a little bit further, or if it feels available, sliding all the way down until the pelvis finds the ground. Lift your head, lift your heart as you take a breath in. And then just ease your chin towards your knee. Just letting the head and the shoulders relax. Flood the breath into the back of the pelvis. Into your lower back, middle back, upper back, and neck. Taking 2 more breaths as you are. One more goodbye breath in before we gently use the strength of the legs to lift us. And once we arrive there safely, uncrossing. We're coming into a downward facing dog. It'll be a little bit shorter than normal because of the position we're going to take. So hands are shoulder distance. We spread the fingers, we grip with the fingers, and really press dynamically into the thumb in particular. And then tuck the toes, belly on strong. Begin to lift your hips, but please feel free to bend your knees as much as you need. The length of the spine is more important than the length of your legs. So if you're feeling really rounded, just bend your knees, lift your tailbone, and begin to lengthen any amount that feels right. We're going to bring our feet together, big toes touching, heels separated slightly. And we'll take that same level pelvis shape that we did in 4-point kneeling, but in a down dog. So square the pelvis, square the shoulders. Press really dynamically into your hands to shift everything back. And we're gazing at our left big toe. Please bend this right knee this time. So we're going to keep the knee bent through the top leg, long through the bottom leg. The upper body remains as stable as we can as we breathe in and lift through the right leg. And on your exhalation, round into your spine and bring your knee towards your nose. So breathe in to lift into that bent knee position, pelvis level. And on the exhalation, there's a little bit of flexion coming as we scoop the knee towards the nose. Powerful in your arms, in your core, in your legs. Exhaling, scoop the belly, really dynamically engage the core more. And as we lift, as the right leg goes higher, you'll feel more length coming into your left hamstring. Scoop, pause, hold. Let's just do 2 more. Finding as much lift as we can through the right hip. And then rounding just through the lower back to scoop the belly to bring the knee in. There's 1 more of these. As far as it feels wonderful to your body. Before rounding in, pausing, holding, and gently landing both knees on the earth. From there, sitting back momentarily with our shoulders right above our pelvis. Roll your shoulders back, interlace your fingers, and please give your shoulders the reprieve they deserve. So create a lift of the heart, a broadening of the collarbones, hands reaching for the floor as the heart lifts skywards, and then flooding the breath in. Pec major, pec minor, anterior deltoid. Taking 1 more breath in and out. Just shake the arms out for a moment, crisscross the arms for a moment before we come to the other side. So taking hand-shoulder distance, spread your fingers, grip with your fingers. So we don't want to collapse into the fingers or the wrists. And then shift forward, tuck your toes, lift the hips, keep the knees as bent as you need. Big toes together, heels are separated. How dynamically, energetically can you press into your hands to create length and strength through your arms and through your shoulders? When you're ready, we're lifting through the left side. So pelvis level, and you'll feel the body wants to creep forward, but you're going to keep pressing really energetically with determination towards the back of the mat. Gazing at your right big toe, and then please point your toe and begin to bend into your knee. Once you arrive there safely, check that the pelvis is still level. Oh, there's a mosquito after me. Ahimsa, buddy, ahimsa. And then find a breath in to really lift, maximize, scoop the belly. On the exhalation, chin stays where it is, knee moves towards your nose. So lifting through your left leg on your inhalation. On the exhalation, stay exactly as you are and just move through that hip joint, please. Inhaling to lift. Pause, hold, feel that beautiful stretch into your right hamstring calf. Exhaling, scoop the belly, but nothing's really moving except for the knee. Rise, pause, hold, feel glute max. Lifting the leg. And on the exhalation, the abdominals working with the hip flexors. Last 3 as you are. Are your arms still long, straight, and strong? Are you still gazing at your right big toe? Last 2. One more time, please. One more. We've got this. Pausing and holding before scooping in for the last repetition. Releasing the knees, releasing the hands. And please interlace your fingers. Take your heart to ceiling once more into that open chest position. So reaching knuckles towards the earth. You can also reach your hands away from your pelvis and create a deeper stretch that way. Just find the right variation for you. For 1 more breath, please. We'll release the chin, we'll release the hands. Please give everything a little shake. One last upper body hip mobility exercise, please. So coming into 4-point kneeling to begin with. And once again, lengthening through just your right leg. From here, we take a breath in. And on the exhalation, just moving your right knee towards your right tricep. Exhaling to return the foot to the floor and square the pelvis. So we lift and bring that leg forward on the out breath. Inhaling to square the pelvis, return the leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. I think I reversed your breath pattern, didn't I? Exhale to come forward. Inhaling to lengthen. Just one more on the side. Angry cat. Stable as we bring the knee forward. And exhale to take that leg back. Please immediately change sides. So just lengthening through your left leg. Angry cat through the shoulders. And breathe in to prepare. On the exhalation, bringing that knee towards your tricep. Inhaling to return it. So there'll be definitely movement through the pelvis, but we're trying to minimize it by really keeping the torso stable, by using the shoulder stabilizers and using our core. Inhaling to return. Just 3 more. So lift, exhale, coming in, feel the abdominals working, gently returning and landing. Last 2. Gently release. One more time. Lift and come around before gently returning the leg back and down. Taking a little reprieve as we sit back. Variation 1. Just rolling through the wrists. Variation 1, you're going to stay with that exact same movement pattern. And variation 2, you're going to add a tiny little elbow bend for me, okay? You're ready? You're ready. So shaking it out, coming forward. Sliding back with your right leg. Take a breath in together. And on the exhalation, variation 1, we look like this. Inhaling to return. Variation 2, we do a mini bend of the elbows. And then we return. Variation 3, we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're doing it on our toes. And that will be our final variation today. So lift, shift, descend, and taking everything back, whether you're on your knees or your toes. So knee to your tricep and the elbow, any amount. Taking the leg back as you breathe in. Exhaling. Inhaling. Last 3. We got it. Last 2. Push. One more time. Stay strong. Stay gritty. Stay determined. And when you return that foot back, releasing the knee. I'd like you to step your opposite leg forward for a moment, lifting through your chest, ear, shoulder, hip in one line. Tail is tucking under, which means your glute is active. Pelvic floor is lifting, core is drawing in. Breathe in together. And on the exhalation, come towards the earth. Inhaling up. So the knee is tracking over the second and the third toe as we reach and open the hip flexor. Inhaling to stack. So keep your right glute active as we descend. It'll enhance the stretch that you feel through the front of the hip. And at the same time, we're strengthening the glutes into this more open range of motion. One more time here, pausing and holding. And then now through the back leg, just lift through the knee on the in-breath, exhaling to lower. Your left knee is tracking over your second and your third toe. Your knee is slightly past your ankle joint. That's okay. And if the floor is feeling too far away, we could always put a yoga block underneath our hands. So dynamically strengthening and lengthening through our right leg, exhaling to lower. Just 2 more, please. One more time. Push, pause, hold, stay here. Breathe in to rotate. Breathe in to return. Variation 1, hand on the thigh. Breathe in to rotate. Breathe out to return. So hands staying stationary or moving dynamically through our left shoulder. There's only 2 more of these remaining. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time. Ready? Reach, pause, and hold before gently releasing the hands, releasing the knee, and bring that leg around to your 4-point kneeling. So second side for our modified push-up. Remembering variation 1, we are not bending the elbow, so we're stacking shoulders and wrists. And we'll exhale to bring the knee forward And inhale to return for option 1. Variation 2, you're taking a little bend of the elbows, but you're keeping your right knee on the ground. And variation 3, high plank. Exhaling to come forward, bend your elbows any amount. Inhaling to return. Exhale, shift knee forward, bend, inhale to return. So every single muscle will be working dynamically together in this movement pattern. We got it all. A little hip mobility, shoulder strengthening, core strengthening. There's only 4 more. So whatever variation you're doing, it's perfect. It's wonderful. Rest anytime you need. We never want to compromise the position. We never want to run the risk of injury. One more time as you are, before returning and landing your knees. It is your right leg that's coming forward, please. Taking a moment to check that knee is above ankle. Before you lift your chest over top of your shoulders, we'll breathe in together. Core is on, pelvic floor is lifted. Exhale, descend, knee going past ankle. Inhale, stack. Catching our breath. So is your navel drawing towards your spine? You're tucking your tailbone so much that your left glute is active, and you're keeping the left glute active as you move in and out of hip extension and back to a more neutral position. Last 2. Inhale up. 1 more. And as we transition forward, we're going to stay exactly as we are. So back knee is going to lift as we breathe in, exhaling to lower. So even more critical is your navel drawing towards your spine. Is your pelvic floor lifting and tightening to help engage the deeper stabilizers of the spine? And your left glute stays on through this whole range of motion through your knee joint. So exhale, kiss the floor. Inhale, power into that leg. Taking 2 more, please. Full breath in. Oh, 1 more. We're holding at the top. Variation 1, the rotation is coming through the spine, not through the pelvis. And we can use the hands on the floor and on the thigh to support the rotation. Variation 2, we'll reach high as we breathe in. We'll exhale to bring that hand to the inside. How powerful is your back leg? Is your left glute still active? Is your core still switched on? Last 3. For 2. Keep lengthening, keep strengthening. We've got this. There's just 1 more. Reach, rise, pause, and hold before releasing the hand, releasing the knee, releasing your efforts. Take your knees wide, big toes together, and let everything just relax. Releasing all effort. Dropping back into ease and relaxation. And this ability to oscillate, this ability to be fully on and fully off, is something that our yoga practice, our mobility practices can really help cultivate within our bodies, within our nervous systems. Taking 2 more breaths. 1 more, please. And I'd love for you to finish with just a restorative forward fold, because your hamstrings have not received much static love. So let's take our legs out in front. Please give your legs a good shake out. And then that celebratory gesture as we breathe in, lift the chest and ease your way forward actively hold this position. Bend your knees as much as you need. So draw your toes back, energize your quadriceps, energize your core, but soften through your shoulders as we stay actively holding this stretch for 2 more breaths. 1 more, please, before we let the palms turn to the ceiling. Allow your head and your shoulders to completely relax, flooding the back of your body with your awareness, with your breath. And if you feel like you'd like to hold on to your feet, to your shins, whatever feels best for you as we stay with our heads bowed towards our hearts and breathing length, spaciousness, softness into our backs, our hips, our hamstrings, our calves, right to the soles of the feet. There's 2 more breaths on offer. One more full, deep, beautiful breath in and out. On your inhalation, please lift through your heads, your hearts. Come to Sukhasana, easy cross leg, or half lotus, or full lotus. So choosing just your final resting posture. Hands resting on your knees. Stacking ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. A gentle drawing in of the chin, a deliberate sliding back and down of the shoulders, and a very gentle engagement of the core, the pelvic floor, so that we're feeling strong and stable, calm and centered. This is what we practice for. This sense of energized tranquility, the ability to oscillate fully on and fully off. And as we pause just at the end of our practice, we consciously allow this feeling to permeate every single cell of the body. We take our awareness to our hearts and deliberately planting within our hearts the seeds of gratitude for this day, for this body, for these practices we share. And as we take one last full breath together, we flood ourselves with gratitude for the gift of this lifetime. Bringing our hands to our heart center. Maybe a smile forming on your face, a twinkle in your eyes as you take one last breath with me. Closing our practice with this beautiful gesture of respect, a bow, and the word namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. And when I am in that place and you are in that place, I know we are one. Thank you, beautiful crew. I hope you have a wonderful, magical day. Thank you for being here.